invest in your future, my friend.
This sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you can't see, the dog is here. He blends in camouflage with the bed, but he's here. And I'm here. And you're here. And I'm so excited to talk about today's topic. So I guess I'll start this stream by giving a big shout out to my haters. Hey guys, I know you're watching this video. Anytime I post about Brooke Castillo, her devout fans come for me. So hello to those of you who are here because you love the Life Coach School and you love Brooke Castillo. Hopefully you'll stick around and listen to what I have to say, and perhaps that can help open your eyes maybe to some things that you haven't noticed yourself. Alas. Harrison says he's here to get rich like every Monday night. So as is tradition,
Raise your hand if you want to get rich.
I'm right there with you. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Love it. Love it. Painting and lurking. Welcome, Hannah, Harrison, Lisa, Lori, Alex. What's up? Family reunion photography. I don't even know who she is. So I guess before we get into today's stream, I can give you a little brief recap. I also have a video linked in the description of this video that you're watching right now, which is a deep dive that I did about Brooke Castillo, the Life Coach School, all of that. And so that provides a little bit more context if you are kind of new to the world of coaching and the world of Brooke Castillo. But in summary, essentially, Brooke Castillo is one of the largest life coaches in the industry. She runs a program called the Life Coach School, in which she certifies people to become coaches under her model. And we're going to take a look at what the model is. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion about that. We're going to listen to her most recent podcast episode, read through some of the emails that she's been sending this past week, and just have a discussion about where her business is headed. So again, for a little bit more context, I guess, Brooke Castillo herself took a 2-day life coach certification, became a weight loss coach, coached clients for a number of years, then decided to teach other coaches the model that she used to coach her clients, and again, runs this massive empire. She's known for wanting to build a life coaching business worth $100 million. As far as I know, she has never reached that goal. During the pandemic, the height of the pandemic, she grossed about 35 million. But yeah, so we're going to get all into that later. Hopefully that gives you a little bit more context. It's not an MLM. It's life coaching, but in my opinion, MLMs and life coaching is structured very similarly, just because coaching is really no longer about, providing people advice to improve their lives so much as it is about coaches recruiting other coaches to recruit other coaches, and so on and so on. So if you're new to that whole concept, again, I recommend you check out some of the other videos on my channel, as they will help to provide you with a little bit more information. But I'm so happy you're here, and really happy or excited for you to join us tonight on stream. So hopefully that clears things up. Welcome, 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 everyone. Alex says she's here for the Bubba Cam. Hopefully he sticks around. We'll see. Usually he lasts about half an hour. Also, for those of you that have been following for a while, next Monday on stream, I'm going to have a really exciting surprise. If you like the Bubba Cam, you're going to like what's to come. And Alex, don't spoil it in the comments. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm super excited to get into this. Space Pastry says, I'm glad to report I did not get sucked into her world. She did not have anything to do with my desire to burn down the industry. It's actually funny. So Brooke Castillo is one of the, as far as I can recall, she was one of the first self-help gurus that I really rigidly followed. So for me, it was Jenna Kutcher. I used to listen to the Gold Digger podcast every day on my drive to work. Through Jenna Kutcher, I was introduced to Jess Lively, Rachel Hollis, and Brooke Castillo. And so then I started listening to the Life Coach School podcast, really buying into the idea of coaching, but fortunately never bought into her $20,000 coaching certification program. So like to say that. Yes, Harrison says, life coaches mostly make money by becoming MLMs, hence the ever blurred line. Exactly. So few people are successful in building a financially successful coaching business so much as building a business where you are now recruiting and training other life coaches. Allegedly, in my experience. Hello, Monica. Welcome. Okay. So what I thought we would do today is, like I mentioned, we're going to read through the emails sent from Brooke. So I literally just logged into my burner email account, which those of you that have been here a while have seen many times. It's the email account I use to sign up for all of these freebies. Anyway, I logged in, and one of the titles on one of these emails was titled, "Did you hear the news?" And I was like, that's ominous. And so I clicked on it, I read through it, and I realized that I'm not going to spoil it for you. You'll see. So let me just switch screens here. And hold on, I want to make sure I have the right thing open when I switch the screen. Okay, there we go. So this is the email. Let's go ahead and read it, and then I'll blab a little bit more. Okay. Did you hear that 2024 is the last year of Get Coached? So if you aren't familiar, Get Coached, also known as Self-Coaching Scholars, is just like it sounds, self-led coaching program that Brooke Castillo and the Life Coach School offer. So essentially, to get involved with the Life Coach School, there's two different avenues you can pursue. One is to take the $20,000 Life Coach certification. The other is to become coached inside Self-Coaching Scholars. So correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you that know more than I do, but I believe Self-Coaching Scholars was, or used to be anyway, priced around $300 US per month. You would pay to be a part of this community. You would have access to Brooke Castillo Life Coach School certified coaches, as well as access to different worksheets and information, which again, we'll get into in a little bit. It's the program that offers you world-class coaching and teaching from Brooke, Master Certified Coach, the founder of the Life Coach School, and other certified coaches for a fraction of the cost of regular life coaching. So in the initial iteration of Self-Coaching Scholars, Brooke herself was the one providing the group coaching. However, as the years went on, the company got larger. She started making more money. She started offloading the coaching to her trained coaches, and she was no longer doing the coaching herself, which was a big point of contention for a lot of students, which we'll get into later. So for one small monthly fee, you can group coach with Brooke, get private one-on-one weekly coaching, take monthly classes, and get access to all of our master classes in our vault. So this is an important time to note that in recent months, based on what I've read on Reddit, a number of coaches, so Life Coach School certified coaches that were working inside Self-Coach Scholars, like the ones that were providing the coaching, were let go by the Life Coach School. And allegedly, the team of staff is down to less than 10 people now. I haven't fact checked that. I don't know that to be true. That's just what I read on the internet. Okay? Again, this is all just my opinion based on things that I know or don't know, which is what the people who defend Brooke often come at me for. You sound like you don't know anything, so why are you even talking about this? I never claimed I knew anything. I'm just a talking head on the internet that people want to listen to, okay? Anyway, continuing. Get Coached has served over 20,000 clients in the last 7 years. People like Michelle who have leveled up their lives in every way. Get Coached promised a different life in 1 year. At the time, I thought that was a lovely thought, but we would see. Now I do see. Amazing. I've started my business, reduced my drinking, lost those pesky last pounds, increased my energy, and met some awesome new people along the way. This is particularly funny because the drinking and weight loss are the two things that Brooke Castillo is known for, so it's just funny that the client would have the exact same experience. Anyway, I digress. If you ever wanted to try it out, now is the last time because this is the last year. Brooke has designed it to be the most epic year ever. Click here to get all the details, and we're going to get into that sales page in a moment. Let me just quickly catch up on your comments. So in 2016, when I found her, she was very different. She is a talented coach, but she got lost in her 100 million goal. So this is interesting. I was having a conversation with one of my viewers before I came live on Instagram, and her and I were discussing this idea. Actually, let me just read. I'll read the messages out loud so I'm not like butchering it in case she's watching the replay and she's like, Danielle, you're a liar. So basically, I was saying, I think that Brooke has realized that she's past the point of ever being able to achieve her $100 million goal. So again, she has very openly for many years discussed how she wants to hit $100 million in gross revenue in one calendar year. And at the peak of COVID, which in my opinion was when the coaching industry totally peaked because everyone was working from home, they all wanted to learn how to start their own businesses, make money, etc. Her business grossed somewhere around $35 to $37 million. So I was saying, I think that she's past the point of being able to hit 100 million. And so she's pivoting to something else. And that's why she's doing this. And so then this individual said, post-COVID has been a weird time for so many. Like, what's going on? I think that $100 million was a dumb goal. It's basically changing your height. It's impossible. And her quality of life would be no different from 45 million. You're rich, lady, get a new hobby. And so I don't fully agree with this. I think that $100 million in revenue, while that is like a massive amount of money, is possible if you have the right business model. However, I think if you're only certifying life coaches or offering coaching yourself, it's not likely you're going to hit $100 million unless you're Tony Robbins. Even then, I don't know how well his business is doing these days. In my opinion, I think the whole thing is ego, which is kind of funny for a life coach because isn't the point of a life coach to like motivate other people to do better in their lives? Why are we just talking about money? And then this individual said she is motivated by money. She wants to improve other people's lives only because it makes her more money. So anyway, I digress. That's my thought on that. The whole $100 million goal thing has always been kind of weird to me. Again, as someone who's like in the industry of helping people, why are we so like stuck to this goal? Again, I think it's all ego. Awesome. Thanks for joining, Richard. I always appreciate your contributions to the chat. So happy to see you here. Mary Jo says that it's $297 a month. Okay, that's what I thought. This is my thought too. The more they leave hate comments, the more they drive engagement. I never respond to the people that tell me I'm an idiot or that I'm wrong or that are just like worshippers of Brooke Castillo or from that matter, like any of the people I feature in my videos. I just find it kind of funny. Like, why are you guys so upset about someone who doesn't even know who you are? So if you're watching this video and you're here to defend Brooke Castillo, let me just tell you, save your breath because she would not go to bat for you. She just wants your money, in my opinion, allegedly. Zip says, my initial sense makes me think ending in 2024 could be more of a false scarcity tactic followed by a rebrand. So this is interesting because when we get to the sales page, which we'll go to next, you're going to see that it says that the only reason she's closing the self-coaching scholars is because like a new opportunity is coming or something exciting is happening that I can't talk about yet. So interested to see. Maybe she's going to be the next Oprah. Maybe she's getting her own talk show. I don't know. I've been trying to brainstorm over the last 24 hours, like what could be going on. Looks like most people are agreeing. Yeah, Monica, this is kind of my thought. Why are they so consumed with hitting a specific money goal? I understand that having a goal is fine, but the way they portray it is weird. Me too. It's the same with like, again, if we think about business, okay, obviously you have revenue targets. You want to see a certain amount of growth every year. It's the same as being a creator. You know, you want your following to grow. You want your views to go up. You want your engagement to increase, etc. But I'm not on YouTube every day being like, guys, I'm going to hit 25,000 subscribers. And I'm talking about that in every single video. Like, no, that would be cool. But like, I'm not going to make it my whole personality, you know? It just seems weird to me. Welcome, 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 Julie. You are just in time for all the fun. So, all that being said, let's go ahead and let's take a look at One more email, and then we'll get to the like current iteration of the sales page. So is that okay? I think you guys can see it when I go this way. So this email is titled, "What if you could change your life in a year?" We love it. We love the manipulation. We love the preying on people's vulnerabilities. That's my absolute favorite. Hey, Jane Doe, in what ways would you change your life if you could? If you knew how? Brooke Castillo, founder of the Life Coach School and Master Certified Coach, is teaching a free webinar on how to do it on December 7th. She has a complete process she's taught over 20,000 students to follow to change their lives in any way they want within 1 year. Imagine this time next year. Would you like to have lost weight, stopped over drinking, made more money, or stopped overreacting? Come learn how. It will only take 30 minutes. And then there's a link to where you can sign up. So, going through, I clicked the link. That's not the right one. I clicked this link in the original email, and this is where I ended up. So this is the end of an era begins. The last best year of Get Coached. So again, Get Coached, also known as Self-Coaching Scholars. Hello, Hillary. Welcome to the party. You are just in time. Yes, so I have... Okay, sorry. Side note. Let's take this derailing to the side. I want to address this comment. So Space Pastry says, I've been trying to figure out another coach who said she's quitting. So if you are referring to Hillary Rushford, I have a video coming up on her in my 12 Days of Coachmas. 12 Days of Coachmas, what is that? It's where I'm going to post a video every day for 12 days on various different topics within the coaching industry. Day 2 being all about this. So if you're not familiar, Hillary Rushford, large name coach, public figure, that's why I'm not protecting her identity, announced last week that she is leaving the coaching industry and she is selling all of her offers at a pay what you can price. So naturally, I went ahead and bought it for $1, and I will be covering that in an upcoming stream. So if that's what you're talking about, stay tuned. Now, back to our main event. Sorry about the little derail for a second. This is why I can't read the chat, because I get way too distracted. Okay, let's go ahead and watch this video, and let me just make sure that the sound is turned on. Okay, so you can let me know how the sound quality is, and then we'll go from there. Because, you know, we always struggle, so can't have a stream without technical difficulties.
I have an exciting announcement. Hey, it's Brooke Castillo, and I wanted to record this video to announce something very exciting. I know that many of you know me, but those of you who don't, I want to make sure I bring you up to speed. I'm the founder of the Life Coach School, and for the past 7 years, I've been coaching thousands of my clients through a program called Get Coached in Scholars. It's, in my opinion, the best coaching program in the world for the value you get. We have literally hundreds of life-changing reviews of our program, and many of our clients have been with us for all 7 years.
I just knew that I was always angry. And so I explored life coaching to explore the anger. I wanted to really find out where it was coming from so that I
could then coach other people on how to not be so angry.
Can solve for it.
And once I heard Brooke, I knew that I didn't have to look further. That's exactly who I wanted to learn from. And then the rest of her teachers, it was just icing on the cake.
Once I was inside Get Coached, I think the way that things are broken down, it made it so simple to take action.
When I started this coaching program, I had no idea how fast or how big it would grow. It has been such an honor to see how many people's lives it has completely changed. It's truly amazing. And due to some very exciting news, this will be the last year I ever offer this extraordinary program. It will be our 8th and final year. And so I've decided to make it the best year ever. So if you've never been a part of Get Coached in Scholars, now will be your very last and best chance to join. If you are a previous client, now is the best last time to join us again. We are waiving the year-long rejoin rule. And if you are
So what she's referring to here is that if you are a client inside Self-Coaching Scholars and you leave the program, they block you from rejoining for a full 12 months. So let's say I left and then I decided 2 months later, like, oh my God, actually, I really need this coaching in my life. I wouldn't be allowed to join for another 10 months.
are already a member, I have a very exciting offer that we've never done before. So here's how I've decided to make it the best last year. I've listened to all your requests and all your desires and created a year that you are going to love. First, I will be stepping back in and doing all the group coaching calls. That means every group coaching call in Scholars will be coached by me personally and be 1
Because I fired all my staff and I no longer have people to coach for me, so I have to do it myself.
hour long. You will be able to join and simply raise your hand to be coached. No more write-in requirements. Second, we are bringing back the monthly coaching topics and daily workbooks. When we first started Scholars back in 2016, we had monthly topics where we focused on one area each month together. I am bringing these back and will be working with each of you on these topics and getting through the growth we have planned in these workbooks. These topics are going to include why you must coach yourself to grow, the power of emotion, believing new things, time management, relationships, self-confidence, how to change your past, how to live your purpose, how to get it done, how to organize your life and mind, mastering emotional balance, and doing the impossible. I'm excited to update the content on our calls and work through each of these topics with you and share my own personal work.
This is interesting to me because depending on how many people join the program this time around, I'd be interesting to see what the customer experience is like, because I've discussed, I think I've discussed this before, but back in like peak pandemic, I joined a marketing program with a woman out of California and her husband. And I think it was like $100 a month or something. Anyway, they would host these group coaching calls where we could all get on and they would give us like a 30-minute presentation. And then we had a chance to ask questions at the end. And there were thousands of people, like over 1,000 people at least, maybe not thousands, but over 1,000 people on each of these calls. And you had a chance for like hot seat coaching. But when there's 1,000 people on a Zoom call, what are the chances that you're going to actually get coached? And so it's just interesting to me that she's offering, the opportunity to ask your questions directly to me or be coached by me. But it's like, logistically, if you're the only one hosting the calls, how are you going to have the capacity to answer every single individual's question? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Quick pause. Shout out to Richard for joining the membership. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Third,
so excited to have you.
continuing.
Sorry, I got fat fingers and my computer is not working. Okay, there we go. Welcome to the membership. Thank you so much, and enjoy your access to the fun emotes.
Continuing with the one-to-one coaching opportunities for you to get to work one-to-one with a coach each week for your personal, private, and confidential growth. We will have increased availability to make sure you get your wanted sessions to get the most of your time and get coached.
Okay, sorry. So do you sign up for one-on-one sessions? Is that what she's saying? I got distracted.
Personal, private,
Oh, okay. So you get 20 minutes of private coaching each week.
and confidential growth.
So I take
We will
back
have
my
increased
last comment.
availability to make sure you get your wanted sessions to get the most of your time and get coached. You can choose any topic you want coaching on, the monthly topic work, any class from the vault, or any personal issue you might be working through. Fourth, you will get access to the vault. The vault is a collection of all the classes I have taught and sold throughout my career as a coach. Some of these classes have been sold for many thousands of dollars each, and you will get them all with a monthly membership.
Is it not weird to anyone else that if she used to sell these programs for thousands of dollars, why are they suddenly no longer worth thousands of dollars? Why are we giving them away for free for people who sign up? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
After this year, I will no longer be offering access to any of these classes or to my own personal group coaching. So this is your chance. Here's a list of some of the classes in the vault. Stop Overeating Masterclass, Entrepreneurship, How to Do It, Stop Under Earning, The Possibility Formula, Stop Over Drinking, Monday Hour 1, How to Think to Yourself, Confidence, How to Get More of It, and dozens more. How to Think to Yourself, Confidence, How to Get More of It, and dozens more.
I accidentally clicked the wrong
And
button.
finally, this year, because so many of you have asked for help with your money.
Okay, sorry, I gotta go back. How is she an expert in all of these topics? Overeating, entrepreneurship, over drinking, how to think to yourself, confidence. This is so many topics. Like, I could think of, like, if I went to therapy, I would need to hire a different therapist for each of these topics. I wouldn't go to the same therapist for all of these things. This doesn't even make sense.
To get more of it, and dozens more. And finally, this year, because so many of you have asked for help with your money, I'm teaching a year-long live class called Money is Your Friend. It will be a monthly class with homework for each month that promises to change your relationship with money and wealth. It will be strategic, but also tactical. After making over $100 million in my own company and being financially free, a lot to teach you on this subject. This is an education I believe everyone deserves, but not many people are getting. For this last best year, I'm also offering a discount. What? I'm known for never offering a discount on any of my products or services.
But I'm so desperate to finally make money again that I am offering a discount.
But because this is the last best year, I'm offering you 2 months of Scholars for free if you sign up for the year. Yes. So normally Get Coached in Scholars is $297 per month each month. And if you want to pay monthly, that's completely fine and you will still get everything for this low price. But if you want to sign up and prepay for the year, I will give you 2 months of the year absolutely free.
Because I need to boost my 2023 revenue before the year is over. That's why I want you to pay in full.
This is my gift for it being the last best year. If you are a new or returning scholar and you sign up for the year, you will get access to Get Coached in Scholars on January 1 when we are doing our 2024 kickoff. If you're already in Scholars and you sign up for the year now, you will continue your current membership uninterrupted and be converted to a yearly member on January 1. And as a final fun bonus, I will be shooting behind the scenes videos all year. I used to do it when we first started, and so many of you have asked to have it back, so you will. If you sign up now, we will start by sharing the behind the scenes video from our year last year, where we traveled the world. On that video, I will also give you a sneak peek into some of the amazing things I'm working on for 2024.
Okay, this is giving me the vibe of I started this business 7 years ago and it blew up really quickly. And now it's back on the downhill. So I'm just going to revert back to what worked 7 years ago and cross my fingers and hope that it works again.
Personally and also professionally. I had so much fun creating that for you. Make sure you sign up right now to get instant access to the videos and secure your spot for 2024.
Ever since I joined Get Coach, now I have been able to name a wide range of emotions that I hadn't allowed myself to experience anymore because I always felt anger was just like right around the corner. But now I don't even know the last time I was angry.
Coaching is really a way to guide people into living their optimal life, to getting to their dream life a lot quicker, a lot easier.
Once you know how to create results, you just get to keep doing it. So learning how to create the results just lets you then just repeat and repeat and repeat.
It's going to be the last and the best year. So enroll now.
Okay, that was really weird. And I don't know how to get out of here. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Don't stay coached up. After 2024, don't stay coached up. We're actually not doing coaching anymore. I wish. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I'm catching up with the comments. Yeah, exactly. I find the last chance and closing is another tactic to explain why all the programs are suddenly discounted. 1 to 2 years later, they launch again and just say they decided not to retire. I actually wonder how people feel who, and like I think about this in the context of like anyone who runs like a massive sale in their business. How do the clients feel that paid full price for those programs feel when they see like this? So like, let's say I paid $500 for this weight loss coaching masterclass or whatever it is she's giving away for free. How would I feel now that I see these people can get it for $297? Like, I would be pretty pissed if it was some like big thing that I paid a ton of money for, but now if I had just waited 6 months, I could get it for a quarter of the price. It doesn't make any sense. People are learning the hard way about what being scammed is like and is the only education you are guaranteeing. Exactly. Hillary says, FYI, all the students are coaches too, even the ones that didn't have that title. Interesting. You see, that's the tea. That's the tea. Oh no! Lori has caught on to my grift. Lori, congrats on 3 months in the membership. I'm sorry to hear you're not a millionaire yet. I promise it's coming if you just keep paying me $5 a month. Whatever it is. Lori says, I've been here 3 months and I'm still not rich. It's coming. That's the promise. You know, it might not be today. It might not be tomorrow, but the wealth is coming if you just manifest a little bit harder. Okay? And thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Interesting take, Richard. I would not be surprised if you are correct. Richard says, something tells me this won't be the last year. Wait for the due to massive demand. We have 1 more year. You know, I could see that. Or they, like you guys were mentioning earlier, they'll do a rebrand and call it something else, but it'll be the same thing. So rather than calling it self-coaching scholars, they'll call it Coach Yourself program. Or maybe they'll call it Stay Coached Up, and they'll change the price to $333, and it'll be the same thing with a new name. Yeah, this is really interesting to me too. Samuel says, it's funny how the coaching industry is falling apart and biz coaches continue to say, this is the best ever in history to become a coach. How can an industry always be in its best time ever? Between that and MLM, I don't know. Yes, Mary Jo Michelle has the secret. Lori, you just need to change your thoughts. If you want to be rich, you have to hang out with rich people and convince yourself that you are worth money, millions. Or as Harrison mentioned here, you can join the billionaire tier because we gatekeep all the real secrets to wealth behind our monthly Zoom call, which is happening this week. Exactly. Your thoughts create your feelings, so change your thoughts because your thoughts will also change your bank account, which let's go ahead and get into this. So for those of you that are maybe not super familiar with the Brooke Castillo lore, as we'll call it, she is known for what we call the model. And many of her followers, her devout followers who have been in my comment section telling me I'm a hater troll, have suggested to me that perhaps I would benefit from utilizing the model in my own life. And so I thought to myself, what is this model that we're talking about? Maybe I should learn what it is. And then today, someone went ahead and commented on my video and said, you know, I used to like Brooke Castillo, but it became evident to me that the model is actually just a ripoff of CBT, and yet she never gives credit to the fact that she stole the model from somewhere else. She likes to act like it's her own thing. Again, allegedly, all in my opinion, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and have a look at what the Get Coached model is, because I think that will provide a little bit more context as to what to expect when we all sign up for the self-coaching scholars. So what is the Get Coached model? The Get Coached model is the one tool you need to change anything in your life by helping you understand how your circumstances, thoughts, feelings, actions, and results work. The Life Coach School founder and Master Certified Coach, Brooke Castillo, created the model to use in her own life. Again, kind of taking like full credit here, not really addressing the fact that she created it based on an existing model or method. Now, thousands of people have used the model to get extraordinary results. You're just one model away from everything you ever wanted. What are you waiting for? Jen says it's giving the mirror exercise, aka Twin Flames Universe. Yeah, or a la Twin Flames Universe, 100%. And I read someone say that on Twitter or on Reddit as well. It's like you have CBT, you have the mirror exercise, you have the Get Coached model, and it's all the same thing, but no one wants to really accredit it to where it truly came from. Alas, here we are. So what is the model framework? The basic premise of the model is that your thoughts produce your feelings generate your actions, and your actions cause your results. This is why what we help students use and apply to their lives in our self-coaching program, Get Coached, to solve their day-to-day problems. So you have the circumstances you're facing, the thoughts you have about those, which produces your feelings, which generates how you take action, which gives you your results. Now, if any of you have ever been to therapy, specifically therapy where we focus on CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, if you didn't know, same idea. I used to work through exercises with my therapist where I would write down thoughts I was having and how those thoughts would make me feel. And then I would rewrite the thought to be, more positively, or like to reflect in like a better way into my environment, or whether or not that thought was true. I would write down what the actual truth is to then reflect that into my reality. Like, it's literally the exact same thing. Makes me so mad. Before we show you how to use the model in your life, let's take a look at each component. You can follow along by clicking below to download the worksheet. I will say, however, with this example and the mirror exercise, I think that they tend to negate the realities that you're experiencing in terms of like systematic barriers and stuff you might be facing in your life. Whereas in like a therapeutic setting, your therapist can be sensitive to any challenges that you're facing. Whereas this is kind of like your problem, your responsibility. If your life sucks, it's your fault. Exactly. You aren't poor. You just feel bad about being poor. Change your thoughts and be rich internally. The money will follow, and send us your credit card. Exactly. So this is kind of what I was alluding to. It's like when it's in this kind of like coaching setting, I think it becomes very toxic. I personally found CBT in therapy very helpful, but again, I wasn't being like gaslit into believing that like the reason why my life sucked was because it was my fault. Like it doesn't make sense. National Park fan, you are so right. I don't know why I didn't think of this. She said she developed the model. Why would she mislead us? She changed her thoughts and then changed her husband. But they're still great, loving friends. I don't know enough about her personal life, but interesting. Yeah, Lori, was it the right way, or did I foolishly give money to just another corporate puppet being controlled by the government's regulations? That's a joke. If you can afford it, go to therapy, okay? Oh, it's so bad. Okay, sorry. So, oh wow, we're gonna like really get into this. You guys, you don't even have to pay for the year-long membership, because I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know in my new coaching model that I invented right now 30 seconds ago on Monday, December 4th at 4:40 p.m. I created this. So everyone, you're welcome. It's gonna change your life. You can send me paypal.me/itsDanielleRyan, $297. You all owe me, okay? And I can put you on a payment plan if you need. Payment plan costs 11111 for the rest of your life. Okay, thanks. Circumstances are facts that can be proven in a court of law. Here's one example. I'm 5'5". I actually am 5'5", so I guess that's one thing Brooke and I have in common. Besides the fact that I invented this model. Actually, she stole it from me. The fact that I am a certain height is measurable, provable, and not debatable. This is how circumstances work. They are always facts, and everyone agrees on and can be proven. Besides basic facts, there are two additional components to circumstance: your past and other people's actions. The events of your past are circumstances. For example, if your mom came over to your house last week at 10 a.m. without calling first, that is a circumstance. It's a fact. It's her action. It already happened. If your mom calls you right now and says she's coming over, that's also a circumstance. She called and said she's coming over. It's a fact that she called, and it's not debatable. Circumstances, the facts of your life, are neutral. That means they're neither good nor bad. Circumstances only become good or bad based on the thoughts we have about them. Okay, here comes the privilege, everybody. Here comes the privilege. Hey, Heather, what's up, what's up? Everyone go sub to Heather if you're not already. Okay, thanks. Okay, so now that we know what our circumstances are, the reality through which we cannot change, we get into our thoughts. Now, thoughts are just sentences in our heads. For example, thinking that your mom is being rude by coming over unannounced is a thought. That is your opinion. Many people could have different opinions about the same circumstance. You know, a thought is a thought and not a circumstance. If there are any descriptive words or opinions in the sentence around facts, even if 100 people out of 100 agree on something, that has an opinion in it. It's still a thought because it cannot be proven as a fact. The number of people agreeing with a thought doesn't make it a circumstance. It's still a thought. What are we reading? What is this? Oh my God. Heather, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what's happening anymore. Anytime you add a qualifier to a circumstance, you are choosing to think a thought. If you say she had a terrible past, that is a thought, no matter how many people agree with you. The descriptor terrible is a thought about her past. As human beings, we have approximately 60,000 thoughts per day. Most people have unsupervised minds, meaning that they don't intentionally choose their thoughts. That is what gets them into big trouble. They feel so bad on a regular basis without knowing why or how to process their emotions. Nothing that happens in your life is amazing or terrible until you decide to have a thought about it. If you haven't trained your brain to think intentionally, you will continue to repeat your past and have the same thoughts you've always had. You have to train your brain to create new results for the future, and that's what the model can do for you. Oh my God, exactly. Racism is good or bad depending on thoughts that you have. Exactly, anything. You're living in poverty? Well, it's good if you just think it's good. Duh, idiots. Silly gooses. Richard says, that's some crazy framing right there. Imagine someone whose circumstances are that they can't afford to pay their rent this month. Try telling them that's neither good nor bad. Exactly. This is the question I want the answer to. Is systemic bias and discrimination a thought, or is it a circumstance? Is the fact that someone is living in poverty a thought or a circumstance? Is the fact that many people, especially in this economy, cannot feed their families a thought or a circumstance? Because if I'm going to bed hungry at night, I don't think that there's a way for me to positive mindset my way out of that kind of scenario, but maybe I am just a hater troll and I need to work on my negative thoughts. Is she saying that people should not be held accountable? Using her example, if the mom is rude, that is not just an opinion. Held the mom accountable for her actions sounds like gaslighting to me. But Monica, she's not rude. You just think she's rude. That's just your thought. The circumstance is that she showed up. Whether or not that's good or bad is neutral. It's so gaslighty. I freaking hate it here. Yeah, really harmful bastardization of CBT. 1000%. Let's continue. Let's continue to gaslight ourselves, guys. Buckle up. We're not even halfway through this. Feelings. Feelings are vibrations in your body. No, they're not. No, they're not. Go watch my video on quantum physics if you want to know why they're not, okay? Okay, thanks. Hold on. I'm just going to turn off the Bubba Cam since he abandoned us. I just got to figure out where the controls are. Here we go. Cool. We're back, baby. It's just me. Whoa, what am I doing? There we go. Okay. We're not taught how to feel. Because of the way our brains have developed to avoid pain, we typically avoid, resist, and react to negative emotions. We need to learn how to notice, acknowledge, and name our feelings and experience them as vibrations in our body. When using the model, feelings should be described in one word. Examples of feelings that can be expressed in one word are happy, sad, angry, ashamed, determined, joyful, uncertain, and depressed. Many people confuse thoughts and feelings. For example, if someone asks you how you felt about your mom coming over unannounced, you might say, "I'm frustrated because she is being rude." In this example, the feeling you're having is frustration. The thought you're having about the circumstance is that your mom is being rude. Your mom coming over unannounced is not, in and of itself, frustrating. It's a neutral circumstance. Your thought that your mom is being rude is causing you to feel frustrated. Distinguishing between your thoughts and feelings is critical to feel better. Understanding that your thoughts cause your feelings is how to feel better without changing your circumstances. No one can cause you to feel a certain way. Your thoughts about what someone did or didn't do are what cause you to feel something. Your thoughts cause your emotions always. This is great news because it means you can choose how you want to think and therefore how you want to feel. That doesn't mean you'll feel good all the time. In fact, you'll feel bad about 50% of the time, but you'll feel bad because you're choosing to feel bad, not because someone else is making you feel bad. When you say someone else makes you feel a certain way, you give away your power. And in most cases, other people are notoriously bad at making us feel the way we want to feel. That is another reason to be thankful that you alone are responsible for how you feel. Holy, is it 1999? Like, this is so out of touch, I feel, with the society that we live in. No wonder the business is crumbling. Like, this is so, I don't know. I don't like this. I understand the value in practicing, positivity, working on your mindset, trying to look for the positive in unfortunate situations. But to say that people can treat you however they want and it's your responsibility to not get upset about it, like, that is just, this to me is like going to do more harm than good, because it's going to encourage people to stay in situations and circumstances that are harmful to their mental or physical health, all out of the notion of, well, it's your choice to get upset about that. Like, if you're in an abusive relationship, that's your fault. You're the one that's choosing to feel upset about the fact that your partner treats you like crap. Like, abusive for sure. I'm really sorry you had that experience, Hannah. That sounds really awful. And I can't imagine someone just telling you to be like, just feel positive about it. Don't be upset. So brutal. Yeah, you aren't sad. You're just vibrating at sad frequency. Just stop crying. Duh. Oh, you're angry? Idiot. Why would you choose to be angry when you could just be happy? Don't be sad. Get glad. A therapist would absolutely not agree with this. You know what? We should get reaction therapy on to talk about this with me. I want to hear his take on this model. I'm going to send him a message. Let me know in the comments if that would be of interest. Him and I have been talking about collabing again, so I'll see if he can get on one day, maybe in the next couple weeks, and we'll see what his thoughts are on this. I hate it. Yeah, this is the part I don't get. Why is society so determined to stop people from feeling? We're not robots. Why is it bad to feel negative emotions? Isn't that part of the human experience? Also, wouldn't it make me a better person to learn how to feel those emotions and how to process those emotions? Like, ugh, it's just so frustrating. This is just grooming for when her program doesn't work and she can blame all of the lack of results on how you feel and think about it. Exactly. So, oh, you feel like you got scammed by me? See, you feel, but the circumstance is that you paid me and I delivered you a service. That's the reality. How you choose to feel about the service you were delivered, your problem, not mine. So awful. Rosie, I'm sorry to hear that as well. Yes, Sina says, good thing I learned in therapy that all feelings are valid and that every feeling has its right to exist. Can you believe it? We're allowed to feel our feelings here, folks. Hashtag feel your feelings. The worst part about this is the subtle condescension. It's even more obvious in her podcasts and those of her popular students, for example, Stacey Bowman, 1000%. And we are going to listen to the podcast episode after we get through this, where she mentions that self-coaching scholars is going to cease to exist. Did my mom coach Brooke Castillo? That's good. We need a therapist here. Yeah. I'll get his take on it and see what he says. You're definitely a better mark when she grooms you to invalidate yourself. Yeah, because you're going to be less likely to say anything if you feel like you were wronged by her programs, because they're basically training you to take responsibility for all of your feelings. So Richard says, I almost drove myself crazy when I tried to take this kind of advice when I was stressed in a high pressure job. It's far better to accept that you feel a certain way and allow yourself to feel it 100%. I am like the quintessential type A overachiever, where I will like try to ignore any kind of stress or negative emotion if I'm in like the midst of trying to focus on a task, to the point where it's like harmful to myself. I'm a lot better now than I used to be, but I can totally relate to that of like, okay, well, I gotta like, control this. I'm in control of my thoughts. I can't let myself get stressed. I'm not allowed to, and it's like, you don't want to allow yourself to feel these things. And I think that teaching people this in a professional, semi-professional setting is harmful in the long run, because it helps, or it allows people to develop really unhealthy coping mechanisms, I think. Yeah, you're just ignoring your gut feelings. So dangerous. So bad, so bad. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue to learn how to gaslight ourselves, folks. If we learn anything tonight, hopefully it's that we shouldn't take any of this advice, but do with it what you will. Actions. Actions are what you do, don't do, or react to. Actions, inactions, and reactions. In the model, your feelings fuel your actions, inactions, and reactions. Okay, how is an action different than a reaction? Am I dumb? For example, let's say by feeling frustrated with your mom coming over unannounced, you decide not to talk to her for the rest of the week. The frustration you felt drove the action of giving her the silent treatment. Okay, but is that not a reaction? Confused. Your actions and reactions will be based on that feeling that fueled them. If you're not taking action and wondering why, ask yourself what the feeling is that you're having right before you want to take the action, then work backwards to determine what thought is driving that feeling. Results. Results are the consequences or outcomes of your actions or reactions. Using the same example, the consequence of you not talking to your mom for a week might be that you are rude to her and not showing up how you want to in a relationship. The problem with most coaching is that it focuses solely on changing your actions. When you change your actions and don't change the thoughts or feelings behind the actions, there's resistance, which makes it difficult, if not impossible, to see real change. That is treating the symptom instead of the root cause of the problem. Click the arrow below to download the worksheet. The problem with most coaching is that it focuses solely on changing your actions. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like the playbook is just literally the same explanation written out again. Write down, for example, let's say that you want to know why you're not getting up at 5 a.m. despite really wanting to wake up early. You would put the inaction of not getting up. Third, fill the remaining lines. Feeling apathetic. Even if I do, it won't. Okay, I see. Interesting. Dumb. Gaslight yourself until you do the things you want to do. That's the lesson we learned here today, folks. Hopefully it helps. And soon we will all be millionaires as a result. I'm going to pull the strings in your thoughts, manipulate your feelings so you can take action by buying my course in so many words. Yeah. Can you imagine? Hannah says this sounds like a really complicated way of living. Can you imagine everything you do in your life? You have to run through this 5-step system. Like, I really want to eat a chocolate bar. Okay, what's the feeling? Hunger. What's the thought? I am hungry. What's the circumstance? I haven't eaten in 5 hours. Like, so dumb. I hate it. Exactly. I already overanalyze everything and everyone. I don't need an invitation for more overanalysis. Yeah, feelings buried alive never die. That's the thing is like, okay, so even if I decide, let's say, something tragic happens in my life, I'm feeling sad, even if I decide that feeling happy would be more productive and allow me to get on with my life, that's not going to make the sadness go away. Like, it's still there. I don't understand this. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, I thought it was important that we covered this just so you can kind of get a feel for like what her coaching looks like, what kind of things she encourages of people. And I completely forgot that we were in the midst of going through this sales page. So let's go back there. Wow. Welcome to Alive with Danielle. If this is your first time here, we go all over the place. So welcome back. Okay. So we watched the video and this is where we get into the announcement. So I have a very exciting announcement. Due to some amazing news I'm unable to share yet, 2024 will be the last year of Get Coached in Self-Coaching Scholars. We are bringing back the absolute favorite elements of all time. So again, I've said this already, but to me, it seems like she opened a business. It did really well for the first few years. Then sales started to decline. She thought to herself, well, what's changed since the time that my business was doing well to now? Oh, I stopped having to do the actual work. I hired a bunch of staff to do it for me, and people don't like that. They want to be coached by me. Now I have to get back into my business and actually provide the service. So that's just my observation. Whether that's true or not, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying allegedly, in my opinion, that's what I'm observing. Okay. Because this is the 8th and final year, I'm going to make it the best year we've ever offered, the best and last year. We're going to go old school and bring back some of the awesome from the first year. I will be personally doing all of the group coaching calls like I used to. I'm bringing back monthly topics and digital workbooks. I'm personally teaching those classes live each month. This means you'll be able to raise your hand on any of these calls and get coached directly by me. Then a picture, random. Each month, your life will change. These topics are designed to build on one another as I coach you to go through the year. When I first designed Scholars, it was for a year-long training, including a monthly focus we were all working on together. People have been begging me to bring it back ever since. Have they? I'm skeptical. So I'm doing it for the last best year. You will have a workbook each month, and I will coach you on topics that I've carefully curated. If you stay with me for this entire year and do the work, I promise you your life will be different in the ways you most want to change. It's a powerful process thousands of my students have done to get what they want in their lives. Okay, I read that wrong. These topics are... Okay, so then she introduced the topics. Why you must coach yourself to grow. The power of emotion. Okay, hold on. If I'm teaching myself how to coach myself, why do I need the other 11 months of the year? Question. What's going on here? The power of emotion, believing new things, time management, relationships, self-confidence, change your past, live your purpose, how to get it done, organize your life and mind, mastering emotional balance, doing the impossible. Yeah, so this is kind of my point. So National Park Fan is saying, I've seen reviews where people complain they don't get any interaction with Brooke. If you read through all of the reviews on Reddit, the ones that I even included in that original video, which is linked in the description of this video, most of the students complain that they signed up for Self-Coaching Scholars thinking they were going to have time to interact with Brooke and then not receiving any interaction with her. And so I think that what's happened is the first few years she was really hands-on, involved in the business. The business did really well. COVID came, the business did exceptionally well because so many people wanted to learn how to start their own businesses and become coaches and blah, 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 blah. Now we're post-COVID, people are back to work, back to whatever. Revenue's starting to decline. She's realizing all these people are complaining they're not getting what they thought they paid for. So now she's resorting to switching back to what the original business model looked like. So again, just my opinion, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm right. Okay. It also feels like this is not her usual copywriter. Maybe she fired them too. These sentences are kind of hard to read. Yeah, so allegedly, I'm not sure if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but allegedly, according to Reddit, she only has about 10 employees left. So it seems like LCS has cleaned house. So I wouldn't be surprised if the copywriter was one of the ones to go. I also find this like variety of topics very interesting. Like they're kind of just like random. Like why is there a whole month on time management? But then we're learning about relationships, but then we're also learning about our life's purpose. This is giving the same energy as like 25-year-old Danielle wanting to become a life coach, being like, I can coach anyone on anything because I know so much about life. When the reality is, I know nothing. I still know nothing. And it's been many years. Okay, moving along. Get Coached has so much impactful content inside. Does it though? 18 masterclasses, live workshops, and more. One-to-one coaching, behind the scenes, amazing bonus offers. What is it? I'm doing something I've never agreed to before. I'm offering year-long membership that includes 2 months free. Oh, so the amazing bonus offer is pay me in advance so I can have it in my 2023 revenue. Benefits me, not you. If you have ever been a member of Scholars and would like to rejoin, now is the time. We are waiving the requirement to wait a year to rejoin if you have opted out in the past. We want to make sure you get full access for the last year of growth and coaching with me. Blech. This could be the year that absolutely changes everything. If you have been on the fence, this is your very last chance to spend a year changing what you want to change. Imagine that at this time next year, everything could be even better than it is now. Let's work together this year to make that happen. Oh wait, I almost forgot to tell you. I'm also teaching a year-long class on money that will be included for free. I'm calling it Money is Your Friend. It's everything I know about money and creating abundance. It will be an education and a workshop from someone, me, who knows how to make a lot of money, 150 million so far. And I know how to teach you to make money too. So let's go. Oh my God. So not only is this like a gaslight yourself into a positive life, I'm also going to teach you how to make money. Let me guess how you made your money. Oh, wait, I already know. By coaching other coaches to coach coaches. So is that what you're going to teach me? Are you going to teach me to become a life coach and coach other coaches? Because that's what it seems like. Oh, dear God. I don't want to watch the student reviews because it's just going to be cherry-picked people who are like, oh my God, I love it. It changed my life. Ugh. Hate it. Pick your payment plan. So like she already mentioned, you can pay month to month or you can pay in full and get 2 months free. Whoop-de-woo. Oh my God, I hate it here if I haven't already said that 400 times. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Maybe she's gaslighting herself into thinking this is a great deal. You know what? Yeah, all of this stuff about how much of a good deal it is, of how much your life is going to change, those are all just her thoughts. So who's to say they're even true? It's not a circumstance. Looks like she herself drank the passive income Kool-Aid and now finds out it's not so easy. Exactly. Thank you so much for the sub. Mikel, welcome. Welcome. I know what's going to happen. After 12 months, nobody is going to have any tangible results in business, but Brooke is going to tell them, look at how much you've grown. You've grown a lot from the inside. Look at your positive mindset. Look at how much you believe in yourself. Blah, 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 blah. Can you try to interview one of the forged ones who publicly posted about this? If I can get in contact with them, I do have an interview on my channel of someone who was coached by Brooke, if that's what you're looking for. If you go to I think I bleeped her name out in the interview just because I tried to like avoid doxing people. But with Brooke Castillo, she's so big. She's a public figure. I'm not really sorry. So if you watch the interview of the individual who invested over $100,000 in coaching, they were coached by Brooke. But I would absolutely love to interview anyone else who's been a part of Self-Coaching Scholars or the Life Coach School that wants to have a conversation. Call me. Maybe the real results are the friends we made along the way. You guys are killing me. Oh my God. Yeah, it's I don't know what it is. So Hannah's saying the 1 year rule is so bizarre and Hillary's saying it's manufactured scarcity. It also just like it gives this like sense of FOMO. Like I don't know how to really like word it. But it's this idea of like, she wants you to regret the decision that you made to leave. Of like, oh, you realize you actually need our coaching? Like, we knew you would, but now you have to wait 6 more months till you can rejoin. Like, it's so you can't sit with us vibes. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Every year is the year, 1000%. And in 2025, with whatever her new offer is that she can't mention yet, that's going to be the best opportunity that you've ever seen. So it never ends. The opportunities keep coming. Oh my goodness. Dang. Space Pastry says, I manifested $62 last week. Let me know where to sign up for your program. I will send you the cash. Do you take PayPal? Yeah, exactly. And to this comment right here, I say,
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se.
oh goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the podcast episode. So hopefully the sound will be okay. You guys can let me know. But basically, this is her official announcement that Self-Coaching Scholars is only going to be around for one more year. So 2024 is going to be the best year ever in Get Coached Self-Coaching Scholars. It's also going to be the last. Tune in this week to learn what's changing next year in Get Coached. I'm going to give you everything I've got in terms of coaching you directly, helping you directly, and I cannot wait to share with you all of the wonderful things that I'm doing and all of the awesome opportunities that I'm creating in my life and in yours and in my bank account. And I feel so good and I'm so rich and I love it here. Have you ever been on the fence about joining? Have you ever been a member and quit? If you're ready to create a life that's unrecognizable by the end of 2024, you have to join me and Get Coached. Sign up today for 2024 year-long membership that includes 2 free months. This is the first and last time this offer is available, so enroll now and get started on January 1st. I'm wondering if she's going to have continued enrollment. So if you don't sign up by January 1st, could I join in February, March, April, etc.? Or am I like I have to join before January 1st? Because if it's the latter, where I have to sign up this year, it definitely has something to do with her 2023 revenue, in my opinion. Okay, I'm going to hit play. Let me know if you can hear it, and we'll go from there. Okay, I don't hear anything. It's not playing. Hold on.
You are listening to the Life Coach.
Oh, my headphones stopped working. Here we go again. This always happens. This is when we run into problems. Okay, let me know if you can hear it now. Okay, so we just sat here for a minute in silence. I don't know why my computer does this. It's like it works with my headphones, then it doesn't work with my headphones. So we're gonna give it a minute. So far, you didn't miss anything. All you missed was her intro being like, "Whoa, welcome to my top-rated podcast." Ooh. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to switch screens for a second. So we'll come to here. And yeah, no sound. We're working on it. I'm going to disconnect my headphones, reconnect them, and hope for the best. Okay, so I'm in, let's see. Yeah, it's really all of you guys actually. So maybe you need to work on your hearing mindset because this isn't a me problem. It's a you problem actually. Okay, let's see. I'll go back a little bit.
Okay, friends, I have a big announcement
Let
for
me know if you
today.
can hear it now. Did you hear that?
It's really big. And due to some amazing...
She said, "Oh, Bubba's not here anymore. He left us. He's gone." I'm just gonna, it's paused now, but did you hear anything in the last 30 seconds? You can hear it. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go.
amazing news that I'm not able to share yet.
I'll go get the dog.
2024 will be the last and the best year of Get Coached in Self-Coaching Scholars. Because this is the 8th and final year, I am going to make it the best year we've ever offered. That's why we're calling it the last best year.
I got the cat.
So when I made this decision to make this the last year of Scholars, I wanted to blow it out of the park. I wanted to make sure that everyone who's ever wanted to be a part of Scholars, whoever has been a part of Scholars, would come back in and we would all hang out for the year and it would be the last best year. And one of the things that I have been hearing from everyone, it seems like through email and conversations and my staff and everyone, is that you all want more of me, which is very sweet and awesome and fun.
AKA, my staff told me that the reason why my enrollment is down is because everyone is pissed that I'm no longer involved in the business. So now I have to actually do my job.
And so you asked for it, you got it. I am going to be doing all of the group coaching in Self-Coaching Scholars. But listen, we're also going to bring back the monthly topics. And I am going to be doing the coaching on those as well. So those are two big things. We're also going to have all of the one-to-one private weekly coaching that you get. That's all going to be included with all of my certified coaches. So you'll still be able to get private one-to-one coaching. I obviously can't deliver that. There's just not enough hours in my day to be able to coach you all one-on-one. But I am going to be doing all of the group coaching and we're going to bring back the monthly topics and I'm going to be doing all the coaching with that. So for those of you who don't know, we used to, when I first started Scholars, which was 7 years ago, which is insane to think about, 7 years ago, we had these topics that we had every month. And so basically what you would do is you would come into Scholars for the month and you would watch a video on the topic. And we still have all of these videos and we're going to bring them back. And what you do is you watch the video on the topic and then you take out the workbook. Each month has its own workbook and you work daily on the work that's in the workbook. And when we first started, I was doing all the workbook myself personally. I was going through the process myself and doing it with all of you. And then we would all coach on it and we would have discussions on it and we would talk about it. And over the past couple years when we haven't been doing it, one of the main requests is, can you bring back those monthly topics? Well, you asked and we answered. So
Does anyone know what the format was then? If they weren't doing monthly topics, they didn't have workbooks, what was I paying $300 a month for? Just to have access to a coach? If someone knows, let me know in the comments. If we don't figure it out, I'll go to Reddit and find out. But I'm just confused. Like, to me, if I'm paying for a monthly membership, I should be getting something monthly, whether that's a topic of the month, the worksheet of the month, some kind of recorded training, like what was I paying for?
I am thrilled to do this. I'm thrilled to do it for a couple of reasons. One of which is when I first started Scholars, I was 7 years ago, it was in a completely different place. I was mentally, emotionally, relationally, locally, like where I lived, everything was completely different for me. So I'm excited to go through the year-long process of Scholars with all of the new topics and share all my new insights. I'm also super stoked to reconnect with each of you on these topics. I just recently did a call in Scholars and one of my clients who is 6 carat diamond in Scholars asked to be coached. And I had just been thinking about her. And it was so amazing because when she first started Scholars, I was helping her with her brand new career. And when I coached her yesterday, it was like all about how she's making so much money and having so much success and doing so well in her career. And she's like, it's so weird to think about, how far I've come in Scholars and how successful I am. And I am so excited. So I was thinking about her. I'm like, how cool will it be to go back now through these workbooks, all of us together, those of you who've been in Scholars the whole time, and those of you who are brand new, and those of you who want to come back in to revisit all that. So I just want to give you all a reminder of what the topics are that we do every month if you're considering joining me in Scholars for this last year, 2024. And for those of you who don't know what they've been, I want to share with you. So January's topic is why you must coach yourself to grow. February's is the power of emotion. March is believing new things.
Hillary, your guess is as good as mine.
April is time management. May is relationships. June, self-confidence. July, change your past. August, live your purpose. September, how to get it done. October is organize your life and your mind. November is mastering emotional balance. And December is doing the impossible. At the end of December, I will be closing the doors on Scholars. This will be the last year that I do this group coaching, the last year that I go through these workbooks. And so
Will it though? Will it really be the last year? I don't know.
Want to do all this work myself. I'm so excited about it. And I want to make sure that all of you do it with me. Okay. So those are the two things that I think are the most important points I can make. And if you stay with me for this entire year and do the work, I promise you that your life will be different in the ways you most want to change. This is a powerful process that so many of us have been through. And I want to make sure those of you who want to change your life this year, join me in this process. So here's the other thing that I'm going to be doing. The study vault will be open. So that means all of the classes that I have taught that are in the study vault will be open for this entire year. And then they will all be closed. At the end of this year, we are closing the doors. You will no longer have access to all of those classes. So for those of you who have dabbled a little bit in.
So get out your OBS and start screen recording everything because you're never going to get to see it again. It's actually funny. So the Hillary Rushford thing that I mentioned earlier in the stream, same thing. So I bought access to these courses, but I only have access until September.
In the vault, this is the year that we're going to dive in. And I'm also doing something that I usually never do.
Why do they have to preface everything that they do in their business with, I don't usually do this, or I never do this, but then like do a thing that they've done before? I don't get it.
I am offering a year-long membership that includes 2 months for free. This is the first and last time I will ever do this. And this offer is only available if you enroll now so you can get started on January 1. Now, if you're already a scholar, you can simply stay in your membership and click that you want to join. You know, if your membership won't be interrupted, but as of January 1, you will be in our year-long member program if you sign up now. You can go to lifecoachschool.com/join to do this. This is a very exciting time, my friends. This is a really exciting time in my life. This is a very exciting time for, I think, there to be renewed energy and more light brought in to the world. I think 2024 is a new beginning. One of my members of my team, Ashley, told me that 8 is new beginnings. And I love that for us. I love that we can all start together and work together really closely through Scholars for 2024. I'm also adding a really amazing class to Scholars that I've never taught before. And this, again, was because of so many.
She enunciates every sentence like this. Welcome to my live stream. You are watching this video so that we can be critical of this creator together. I hate it too. I really do.
Many of you asking for me to help you with money. And I have a lot of courses that are Inside Scholars that you will have access to that talk about money. But one of the things that I haven't really talked as much about is my renewed perspective now that I have created so much wealth. One of the things that's really interesting that I have learned about wealth is there's the process of creating money in the world and creating a business that produces money. But one of the lessons.
Okay, you say this as a joke, but this is literally why I'm so confused by this. So Harrison says 2024 is the beginning of a new tax year too. So sign up for my course by December 31st at 11:59. This is what I want to know. Like, can I still sign up next year, or does everyone have to sign up before the year starts? Because if that's the case, it absolutely has something to do with her revenue targets for 2023 and potentially like wanting to offset that as a loss in 2024. Like, I don't know. Because there's a lot of costs incurred, right, to run this program. So maybe the idea is, you know, we bump our revenue up for 2023 and then we have a loss in 2024, but I get to like live off the money that I made the year before. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird and suspicious to me. So interested to see what happens.
One of the biggest lessons that I've had recently is how much our money can make us money. And I have a lot of new insight about investing and using your money as a contribution, as a vehicle to create more for yourself. And so that is a topic that I really want to dive into. I want to talk with each of you about how important I think it is to create wealth for yourself. And you have to be able to get over all of the things that are in your way of producing that so you can do more.
Like your negative thoughts. The reason why you're poor is because you feel negatively about the fact that you are poor. The secret to wealth is being happy about being poor so that you can become wealthy. Got it? Get your notepads out, guys, your workbooks. Write that down.
Good in the world. And we are going to talk about all the topics we normally talk about. I'm going to help you overcome all of your challenges. But the name of this course is called Money is Your Friend. And I really want to kind of round out all of the education that I've given you around money. And this is for people who have their own businesses. This is for people who work for someone else. And this is for someone who doesn't work at all. The relationship that you have with money has such a huge impact on your life.
Monica, she's just basically reading the sales page we just read through out loud, but recording it for her podcast.
And so the way that I'm creating this course specifically, it's a brand new course. It's going to be one class a month, but there will be significant homework that you will work on during that month based on just money. So you're going to have your monthly topic. And then in addition to that, if you want, you can take my monthly course on money. And if you do everything that I tell you to do over the course of the year of 2024, you will have a different relationship with money when you're done. I'm going to have you do some crazy stuff, some exciting, fun, interesting stuff with money. I mean, be brave.
Like, give it all to me and invest in my program and become a coach, because I will teach you how to be a wealthy coach.
Brave. Be brave. But I'm also going to educate you. I'm going to teach you a lot about investing and where to invest and how I've invested. I'm going to share a lot of kind of my personal journey around money in a much more intimate way than I ever have before. So that's the course, Money is Your Friend. We will be starting that in January. One of the other things that I am bringing back, we're going old school, is I'm going to bring back behind the scenes. Again, another thing that you have all requested a lot of. And it will be fun for us to compare these current behind the scenes with my previous behind the scenes from 7 years ago. I have changed a lot in that time. My kids have grown up. They have moved on. I have moved out of the house that I was living in. I'm in a whole new place. And some of the changes that are going on in my life are insane. And sometimes I'm like, if my scholars knew what was going on in my life, they would laugh so hard. They would think I'm so crazy. So now you're going to be able to know. And if you sign up right away, you're going to get instant access to the behind the scenes video that we created from my entire year last year. Last year, I traveled the world and went to many countries, many cities, did many different things with my boyfriend. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, would you put together a behind the scenes video for my students and include as many of those things as you can? And I'm also going to record some messages to you and some thoughts that I'm having and talk to you about what my intentions are for 2024 and how I kind of think about those things. I'm also going to share on that behind the scenes some of my insight on some L's I've taken this year, some losses, not just in my personal life, in my business, in pickleball. I'm going to share all the L's with you because I know that some of you think
I'm actually in a really terrible financial situation, which is why I'm doing this, but I'm going to give you financial advice to tease the fact that, you know, I'm doing better than I really am. But you won't know till you've already paid me.
I don't share enough L's, but I have plenty of them. So that will be in the behind the scenes too. And then we're going to post weekly short videos, kind of like Instagram style videos of behind the scenes for every single week of 2024. So you're going to be able to kind of follow me through my life and what's going on with me. And you'll get to see where I'm moving, moving to a new place that is so epic and what I'm up to. And for sure, you can watch me play some pickleball if that's what you're interested in. Okay, so you'll get that as soon as you sign up. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do, because it was really important for me that every single person that wanted to be a part of this year could be, I am waiving the requirement that you wait a year to rejoin if you've quit Scholars. So usually if you quit, you have to wait a year before you can come back. But we're going to waive all of that. So anyone who wants to come into Scholars for 2024, you will sign up here in December. And here we are, it's the 30th of November. So you can start signing up now and through December to start on January 1. And then you will be charged on February 1, right? You'll be charged every month if you sign up for the monthly program. Now, if you sign up for the monthly program, we will charge you $297 per month each month. But if you sign up for the year, you will pay the $297.
Actually, Harrison, to address your comment here, Billionaire tier members have access to my behind-the-scenes pickleball content. Coming soon to a Google Drive near you.
70 for the year. So $2,979 for the year. And that will give you the 2 months for free. Okay. So it's your choice. However you want to do it. You can sign up for the month. You can sign up for the year. Either way, I've never done the year program. So I think that's for sure the best value, but it's completely up to you. You can sign up at thelifecoachschool.com/join for both of those. We are waiving the requirement that you have to wait a year to rejoin us. So here's a summary. I'm teaching you Money is Your Friend, a year-long class. I'm bringing back all of the monthly topics, and we're going to work on those per month.
Wait, so the Money is Your Friend is a year-long program, and it's in addition to this like regular coaching. Am I getting that correct?
I'm going to be doing all of the group coaching, and we're bringing back behind the scenes. I believe that we try to change our lives too fast often. We try to change our lives within a couple weeks. And typically when we do that, we don't get permanent change. When you give yourself a year and you dive in deeply to all of these topics that we are going to do in the last best year of Scholars, you can change your life so it is unrecognizable. If you want to come in and work on your weight and losing weight, this is your year. If you want to come in and work on your drinking and you want to drink less, this is your year. If you want to come in and stop under earning and finally start making the money you want to make, this is.
You can get a coach and you can get a coach and you need coaching and you got a problem? Yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Brooke, why are you the master of everything? I don't get this logic of like, you struggle with overeating, I can help you. You're a drinker, I can help you. You want to get a better job, I can help you. No, you cannot. Stop trying to help everyone. Go to therapy. Bye.
Is your year. If you want to come in and really start building your emotional strength so you can be the strongest version of yourself and unafraid to go after your dreams, this is your year. If you want to come in and get a lot of positive energy and a lot of connection from me and a lot of knowledge by having the voices of positivity and change and excitement and belief in your ear on a regular basis throughout 2024, this, my friend, is your year. For me, I want this year to be my best year I've ever had in my life. My years just keep getting better and better and better. And I want to show you how to do that for you. This is my last chance to give you everything I've got in terms of coaching you directly, helping you directly. And I cannot wait over the next year to share with you all this exciting news that I have, all the wonderful things that I'm doing, all of the awesome opportunity that I'm creating in my life. And
because I am the master of my life, and everything I want, I create. And I am so great, and you should pay me all your money so I can teach you about everything, because I am an all-knowing being who is the master of absolutely everything.
And in yours. So if you are interested in the last best year of Scholars and getting coached, go to thelifecoachschool.com/join. I'll see you in class for the whole year. This is our year, my friend. Let's go. Hey, if you've...
No, thank you. Yes, Space Patriot is asking, is the whole podcast episode a pitch? Yes, it is. Like I mentioned, she basically just read the sales page out in an 18-minute podcast. We love that. We love to see it. Mary Jo is saying, I predict she'll stop her involvement by March. She does stuff like this all the time. Interesting. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Perhaps we'll do an update stream in January and see what she's up to. Yes, Hillary. It was terrible. Let's see what the folks of Reddit are saying about this, since we've gone through the rest of the content. So here's a little bit of context, I suppose. Basically, I received that email that I mentioned earlier that was like, yo, I got this news. The email we read at the beginning of the stream, which led me to this Reddit thread. So that's how we ended up here. So basically, the person posted, a summary of what was going on. And then they wrote their own thoughts. So basically trying to make it more like it was in the first few years. Very ho-hum. I was in Scholars the first year, and I think that probably was the best year. There will be more big changes for the school, which is why she's closing down Scholars, but she's not announcing them yet. Just because I'm nosy, I would like to know some of the details of her current life and have noticed how she shares almost nothing these days. But not nosy enough to pay $3,000 to find out, and she probably won't share that much anyways. I hate when she says she's going to talk about her failures, and the only thing she shares is how she sometimes loses when she plays pickleball or a game, or how she loses in her business with hiring mistakes. She is never transparent or real, and I doubt she will start now. So this has a lot of comments on it. As you can see, I've upvoted some of them. And I commented on this from my actual Reddit account, not my burner account. I've been being more active in the life coach snark threads, just so I can get the tea from people. So I'm listening to the podcast now. I don't believe for a second it will be the best year. She's an exaggerator. I think she will continue her pattern of selling the best thing ever and doing the bare minimum. So that this comment is referring to the podcast we just listened to. There was a time when I would have instantly joined and paid her $300 a month, but I've been burned by her too many times. I'm so done with the life coach school. I don't even feel tempted to join again. Maybe I've finally broken free. That person's just correcting grammatical errors. Also, if everyone is asking for Brooke to coach in scholars, you would think that they would make her stop and think that her certification program might not be producing good coaches. Great point. So this person's basically saying, why would anyone be complaining about not getting coached directly by Brooke when all of the coaches who were in self-coaching scholars were trained by Brooke? So shouldn't they be just as good? I wonder. I feel like her money goal screwed me over, and I don't care at all to hear about her talk about it. Anyone else just tired of her? We all should create more wealth to do good in the world shtick. God, she just said it's called Money is Your Friend. I just feel like she's so out of touch at this point. Yes, you are correct. No amount of money will ever be enough for her. It's extremely unrelatable to the common working person. Don't let her views screw you up. Oh my God, people, please stop giving your money to the snake oil saleswoman. I guarantee that there are no pearls of wisdom that you could not glean for free somewhere else. Pretty sure no one here is giving her any money. I just saw in a Facebook group with life coach school people that there were a bunch of people saying they were joining. I am honestly shocked by it, but I hope they get something out of it. I can't imagine paying her another $3,000 after you pay for her certification, which I felt was okay, but not worth anywhere close to the $10,000, let alone $20,000. Brooke is delusional with those prices. I also know someone who returned to scholars today and paid for the year. It's baffling. It's called a sunk cost fallacy. People think that if they just pour more money into the void, eventually something good will come out of it. Okay, pause. Let me come back to the comments. Our girl is desperate. That's what's coming off for me. It's like so many of you have said in the chat already, let's just throw some spaghetti at the wall, see what happens, hope that our bank accounts don't go into the negative. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Half a humble brag, half a pitch. Exactly. I think this is the problem. National Park fan says, y'all just need to use the model to be an expert in everything, my friends. Like, guys, it's our negative mindsets. That's why we're here. Sigh. One day I'll learn. The Harvard of life coaching schools. Yes, she has been quoted saying that many times. Hello, hello, DC. What's up? What's up? Everyone sub to DC if you're not already. Welcome to the party. Okay, let's continue. So this comment says, she's leaning heavily into her move and life behind the scenes. Is she moving to a tax haven location? Is she investing in a certain lifestyle change for marketing purposes alone, i.e. appearing as glamorous as possible for image purposes? How authentic is this change for her versus strategy? Is she moving to a low standard of living location to inflate how far her dollars go? What else could this location could be problematic or questionable that she's clearly so invested in priming us now on how fabulous it is? That's the strategy. Spin all the problematic pieces up front to prevent critique and mask contention. I mean, I'm biased. It's just so hard not to assume it's all smoke and mirrors and subversion at this point. Her quiet part subtext is sometimes just so loud. And I still had an urge to invest in her new program for 3 minutes. Why not see if any new vault material are added since I left? And then I remembered how disappointed I became with self-coaching scholars 6 months back in 2020. What would really be new about the continued recycled experience? And I have so many of the workbooks from when I did from the first time. What would I really learn? She uses these tactics because they work. I say this in every one of my videos. These people are expert marketers and salespeople. They know how to play on your emotions and convince you to give them their money. Brooke Castillo is wealthy because she is very good at sales. I cannot speak to her programs. I've never been in there. Some people say that it was the worst experience they've ever had. Other people in my comments say that it's the best thing that's ever happened to her. The point is, she knows how to sell it. Whether or not she can deliver on the promises she makes, that's hearsay. Monica says, for you, what's your limit of clients you can take? Just curious because these coaches take infinite clients. So I sell an online course. Technically, anyone could buy that because I don't have to do anything. I already created all the modules. When I work privately with clients, I open my calendar 2 days a week, and I have about 4 to 5 time slots each day. I'm never fully booked, but let's say in a world where I wanted to work with that many clients, I could probably handle maximum 8 clients at one time. And that would be like incredibly stressful for me. And that would consume all of my time, and I would not be able to do anything else. I wouldn't have time to create content. I would just be like doing work with clients. So that's why I don't do that. I typically work with 2 clients max at a time. But if I absolutely had to, I could work with maybe 8. But these people apparently can work with thousands. So maybe I need to join their programs and figure out their secrets. Just kidding. 100%. So Harrison says, fund my lifestyle that I can market as the hope for what you can achieve one day. And this is the big piece. And we see this with like influencers, coaches, coaching coaches, business coaches, any of it. They all get you, convince you, they sell you on this idea that they have the secret that's going to make you all this money. And then they use that money to create that lifestyle to convince you that they're making money. You know, like no one's ever actually really doing anything. She left California for Texas because of taxes. Okay, right. Because Texas, you don't pay state tax, right? Is that correct? And same with Florida, maybe? I think Florida has like pretty low taxes too, right? Like California has the highest state tax is what I understand. Because they always equate like California to the same as Canada because the taxes here are pretty high. But those of you who are American can correct me in the comments. I know nothing. I live in Canada. Oh my God, yes. Brooke is going to live in a van down by the river. Yeah, right. Looks like this is her big final push to make the $100 million in a year. The topics she listed were all included in past podcasts, and if you are an LCS certified in your certification program. Once again, she's recycled the things she's taught and putting them into a new package to sell. Only about 30,000 people need to pony up that $300,000 at the beginning of the year, and she's there. And there is nothing to hold her to actually deliver the content. I went through so many of the things in the vault, all repackages of the same idea. Go ahead and give your hard-earned money. This one CCP graduate who will never give her another dollar. So I'm assuming this weird explanation person took the life coaching school certification. All those topics she mentioned were the exact titles of the workbooks from last year that they had them. So yeah, she's recycling old content. I thought she made it pretty clear. Like to me, it didn't seem deceptive that she was doing all these workbooks. Like she never claimed it was new information. I thought she was packaging it as like, you pay me and now you get access to everything I've ever created. That was how I interpreted the sales page anyway. Okay, so those of you who are saying state income tax, Texas, you don't pay income tax. Florida, there's no income tax. South Dakota, you don't pay income tax. Damn. Yeah, I know. Silly me. I could probably be a millionaire if I just said yes to everyone who wanted to work with me. Like, what am I doing, right? How dare I? How dare I prioritize the client experience over my bank account balance? So frustrating. That's wild, though. There's no income tax in all of these places. That's not a thing here. Sigh. How do they pay for, like, the roads and stuff? I'm so confused. I have so many questions. I'm going to need to Google this later. ChatGPT, explain how income tax works. Okay, it's a good way to raise a bunch of... So this really plays into what many of us have been saying throughout the stream. It's a good way to raise a bunch of money in a short period of time while cutting some payroll costs. She has a list of probably over 100,000 leads that never converted into scholars, plus probably 7,000 to 10,000 people who have been in scholars. So let's say she gets 5,000 people to join at the $3,000. That's $14 million, almost $15 million. That's a good payday from an existing list you've already paid to create. What's next? Possibly she has brought in Alex Hermosi to grow Life Coach School. They might be peeling away scholars to focus only on building up the Life Coach School. First, this would mean that Brooke Castillo is no longer competition for the coaches she turns out. Second, it would allow them to focus 100% on the marketing, promotion, sales on the most profitable part of her business, certifying life coaches. Oh my God. Again, this is alleged. This is just some random person on the internet. Anyone could have posted this, so there's no saying that this is fact. But if this is fact, this is incredibly interesting if she's bringing in Alex Hormozi or really like any large scale coach. Wow. Additionally, if you want to cash out in the future in a big way, having the singular focus of just being a life coaching school is a great way to make this more interesting to companies that can afford to buy it. Focusing on improving it, getting phone sales reps in, better fulfillment, and not only does it make money, but it also becomes a more sellable asset. So yeah, somebody else mentioned this too. Like if she's planning on selling it, this could be a good way to do it. I don't see Brooke Castillo cashing out yet. I think there's still too much opportunity here and too much financial gain. I agree. So yeah, this is actually a really interesting take though. And I would be curious to see, you know, in the next 3 to 6 months, what gets announced. So I will definitely be keeping an eye on this. I'd love to know her conversion rates. A lot of life coach school students seem to be struggling to sell their programs for $2,000. I don't think people are buying like they used to. I'm so curious to know how many people are on her list and how many people buy the crap she sells. Any ex-life coach school employees able to do a data leak? I would love to know this too. I watched the sales video and barfed when she said, so many of you have asked me to bring back the scenes videos. So I am. Behind the scenes videos, sorry. I hate how she pretends like she listens or cares about any of our feedback. It's so fake. She's such a phony. Blah, 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 blah. Recycled content. Again, I don't know why people are getting so upset about this because you guys, let me know in the chat. When we watched the video, the promo video, we read through the sales page. To me, it was very clear that the content you're getting is recycled content. Yes? Did anyone interpret it differently? I don't understand why people are getting so upset about this because it was like she was very transparent in the fact that she didn't create new content. She's just recycling the old stuff from year one. Oh, yes. I fear being rich. You're right. You know what? I should pay you for life coaching. Where do I send my money? Okay, interesting. Hillary says, Alex Hormozi has a book called $100 Million Offers, and given their personal connection, it would make sense that her goal is tied to his coaching. So maybe she hired him to be her coach, and now he's advising her to lean down the business model. Okay, thank you. I'm like, am I losing my mind? So Richard says it was very clear that it was recycled content. It's still crazy that she's selling a completely recycled. I don't disagree. I'm just like, why are people so shocked? It'll be interesting to see. I wish they would release numbers. So many people are closing their businesses right now. The online business world is really falling apart. It truly is. Honestly, I think people are just so sick of spending their money and not getting a return. I don't know. I may not have any content to talk about come 2024, guys. I'm gonna close down my channel. No, I'll just become a how to grow on YouTube channel. Just kidding. It's a joke. Oh, goodness. Okay. That's a shout out to everyone in the comments. That's like, can you make another video about growing on YouTube? No, I'm not a YouTube growth channel. Leave me alone. I had the wrong video go viral. I'll just say that. Okay, Richard says that book is worth reading to get an insight into their thought process. No point in running the gym. The money is in teaching the people who open their own gym. Interesting. Maybe I'll put it on hold at the library, give it a read, and we can talk about it on stream. Exactly. People are on to the MLM-esque scam of coaches training coaches to coach coaches. 100%. Definitely becoming more mainstream now. People are waking up. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else good here. I like to think she's turning back the clock and bringing back the best version of scholars. It's still a great business if she does all the coaching and manages a small team to execute the workbook development and production. Well, they're just reusing workbooks, so they don't need to develop anything. I would not have said this before, but it sounds like she's selling it / has a strategic investor. Perhaps there's a membership and or revenue milestone that she needs to hit. See, that's what I'm thinking. Though it would not surprise me if she takes this best year and turns it into an automated funnel / course, she could still have weekly live coaching sessions. She's moving to Miami. Okay, we already talked about that. I was in Scholars the second year, I believe, and even then I thought the value wasn't much more than what I was learning from the podcast. That said, I still listen to the podcast and kind of want to join, at least for a month. Am I crazy? I am not a life coach, so did not spend any other money with Brooke. Also, in the promo video, she casually mentions, after having made $100 million in my business, was that confirming she reached the goal? I've never heard her say it. The goal was to make $100 million in a year. I bet she's pivoting to $100 million in my business, and then will gaslight us and say $100 million in my business was always the goal. What are you guys saying? I never said that. Blah, 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 blah. I do think the monthly topics were the most valuable. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. There's not much value here. The last year before it disappears. Great tactic to create scarcity and drive up 2023 revenue. At the end of 2024, does she announce everyone had such an amazing year, they're begging me to keep getting coached? Just like at the end of 2022, jump into, the coaching certification now because the price is going up to $30K. Oh, too funny. Okay, who's this? That actually sounds cool if you're a Brooke Castillo fan and find value in it. I didn't realize that Scholars had behind the scenes. I thought that, boo. The weird thing about this life coach snark Reddit that I found, so apparently a few years ago it was started as a way to like snark on the life coach school. Now it's like a mix of people who are coaches and then people who like snark on the coaching industry. So it's really interesting to me when there's so many people that are like, yeah, I think I might buy this program. I'm like, what are you doing in this subreddit? Okay. Anyway, that was the end of that. That's the end of the saga. So what do we think? Is the business closing? Is the business staying open? Is Alex Hermosi buying the business? It's a world of infinite possibility, my friends. Alas, we've made it to the end. Thank you so much for being here. As always. I am going to guess that she's got something up her sleeve. Something's coming. Whether that's a rebrand of the life coach school in general. I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens, and I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it over the next few months to kind of see what's going on. Everyone keeps asking me, no, they didn't. Nobody asked for that. Or beyond this, it's like, Brooke, you never cared about what people thought before. Like, I highly doubt she was ever reading through student feedback. Like, she probably had some little minion that she was paying $10 an hour doing it for her. So don't come here and act like, oh, all of a sudden I care so much about my students. Like, no, you care about your bottom line. And when you saw that the revenue was going down, you're like, shit, I got to actually work again. She will achieve her revenue goals and relocate to Mars. You know what? Fair guess. It's 2023, baby. Soon to be 2024. These billionaires are doing whatever they want. I love it. Okay. Likely no upload this week just because I'm working on the 12 days of Coachmas, which will start next week, next Tuesday. 12 videos in 12 days. So I'm working on the details for that. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your feedback. Appreciate you. If there's anything you want me to cover, I'm always open for suggestions. Feel free to submit content to the reaction forum down below. Yeah, everyone asked me about my skincare routine. This is giving, everyone watches my YouTube channel wants me to make this video, so that's why I'm talking about it. I'll help fund her relocation to Mars. Damn, that's generous. All right, friends. That's it. That's all for real. Take care. Comb your hair. And I'll see you when I see you. Okay.